welcome to The Link. This is a program all about linking you with the resources in your community. I'm Joni Sutter. On today's show, it's business. It's strictly business. And we've invited the owner of Carol's Lunchbox, Carol Willis, to be our guest today. Thank you so much for coming in on The Link. It's so nice to meet you.
Hi, Joni. Nice to be here.
I have to tell you that when Carol's Lunchbox first is located on Route 4 in Farmington,
Yes.
right by the Midas building.
Yes.
And I'm a commuter coming through Farmington, and I would come through and I would see what I thought was some kind of maintenance building going up. And I would say, I wonder what they're doing. I wonder what they're doing there. And then the maintenance building became very ornate and beautiful, and it turned into this gorgeous red little train station.
Yes.
And me, along with everybody else who drives Route 4, which there are thousands of cars that drive Route 4 every day to go to 84, we're saying the same thing. What is that? So tell me about why you picked the space and the location, and how did that design come about?
Well, there were a lot of curious people for almost a year looking at that building going up. But my friend owns the property, and he knew that I loved the hot dog business and knew that I wanted a hot dog cart or perhaps a food truck, but the town of Farmington did not allow mobile trucks or food carts. So he thought, how about if I build you a doghouse? And that's what he did.
Okay, and why the train station?
Well, the building on the property has a little history to it. Winchell Smith built that building in 1924. It was a grain factory, and the train tracks were right behind it. So trains came and picked up the grain, and we just kind of wanted a train depot theme building.
Yes, it has it.
And we were fortunate to hire Jack Kemper, our architect, and this is what we came up with.
And it's gorgeous. If you haven't seen it, we have pictures to show you how it kind of started and what it looks like now. But you did not chintz on anything. It is gorgeous. It's ornate. It's got these little details on the side. It's got just a beautiful feeling to it. There's little stools. You can sit on the side if you want to. And anyone who rides that rails to trails up in the back knows that that's where the train went, and when we're riding our bikes we can look down and see the old building that you were just referencing.
Yes, it's
Plenty
a great
of
spot.
parking.
It's a perfect spot on a very busy route,
Yes.
Route 4, and parking is ample. It's great parking. We get a lot of bigger trucks. We had an 18-wheeler there the other day that pulled in for hot dogs. So it's nice having the space for bigger vehicles and trucks.
To stop and be able to turn around and get back out. Now, Carol, to be an entrepreneur, especially in the restaurant business, and say, okay, I want to start, my own little thing and have that every day. It's always been a dream of yours. It's always been something you wanted to do. But what was the push-off point that you said, okay, now is the time?
Well, I've been in the restaurant business for 35 years. And actually, I worked at Apricot's restaurant in Farmington for 25 plus years. And I'm also a singer. I'm a professional singer. So I love working with the public. I just love being around people. And I always wanted a hot dog cart. And like I said, the town didn't allow hot dog carts.
Nothing mobile.
Right. So I thought about it, and the more we thought, we said, wait a minute, we can build something. And that's what we did, and here it is, Carol's Lunchbox.
Is it different? I imagine it is, and for those of us that are entrepreneurs watching this program might say, okay, tell us what are some of the things that you encountered? You worked for Apricot's, wonderful place. All of us miss it. It was a great place to go. You worked at Apricot's, but now you're working for Carol. So how is she different?
It's a lot different. Well, I think the most important thing owning a business is serving a great product, which I believe I do, and good service. And that's the two most important things, selling a great product and making everyone feel welcome. And that's what I feel I'm good at. And I do that every day with my singing career, with Carol's Lunchbox, making people feel special. There's a lot of restaurants out there today. There's a lot of choices we have. And I want people to come to me and try my great food along with great service and a friendly face. And that's
somebody they can get to know too. You know, when you go into a chain restaurant, not that there's not a place for a chain, but you might not, you go up to the window and they might not know you from day one to day two, but I bet you build a good fan base, people that have known you from singing and from Apricots, plus from the hot dogs now.
Yes, I've met so many people over the years with my singing career, karaoke, and they're all coming to my lunchbox now, and it's fun. And certain people will come in, I'll sing them, they'll say, "Carol, sing us a song," and I will. And I try to combine the two, but it's a lot of fun, and I just love working with the public.
So you're going to have a customer favorite recipe that somebody can, they can put in a box or something what they would like for a hot dog topping, something outrageous that the customer would come up with. You'll have to have a winner, and that will be the dog of the.
Actually, that's a very good idea.
Because
anything goes today on a hot dog. It's crazy. I mean, you can put anything on a hot dog. At one time, it was mustard, relish, and sauerkraut. But
not
that
anymore.
has all changed.
And I saw mango salsa on your Facebook page, and I thought, okay, she's trying some seasonal things. How did those ideas come about? Did you start with some staples? Because I think you don't just do hot dogs. You do bratwurst, kielbasa, sausage.
Yes, I do kielbasa, bratwurst, hot sausage, and of course my traditional dog.
Okay, and then the toppings.
And I have chili topping. I have sauerkraut and different condiments, ketchup, green relish. I also make my own hot pepper relish, which is a really big hit at the Lunchbox. House-made coleslaw, which people really love. And I have New England clam chowder. Actually, I have different soups throughout the winter that I serve. My most popular are tomato bisque, loaded potato,
okay,
with
like
bacon, and New England clam chowder.
Okay, so you're also the chef.
Yes.
You're doing the cooking, so you're coming up with the recipes and then developing what you need to develop, and you're doing all that, plus the entertaining. And you have someone, because I visited your Carol's Lunchbox, and I loved it, and there was a lovely man who rang out my order and was very friendly, so you have someone who's helping you in there, because there was a line behind me the day that I was there. And so
I have two people helping me since I've been open. One being Lola Elliott Hugh, who's a dear friend, and my marketing assistant and videographer and just good friend, along with Tom Ryan, who's helped me from day one. So they're both great, and they both welcome every customer that walks up to my window. And I couldn't ask for better people to be working with me. They're perfect.
That's the theme that I'm getting. There's a reoccurring theme here talking to you, Carol, and that is my people are special that come to visit me, and I want them to feel special when they come here, and I want them to have a nice experience and put a smile on their face. And
Absolutely.
That must be how you
That's how I feel. It doesn't matter if it's
singing or
a filet mignon or a hot dog. I want to give good service to everyone who walks up to my window, and I want them to remember it. I try to remember all their names. I think that's very important. And so far, it's been great.
And Farmington's been great.
The town of Farmington has been wonderful. They really have. They've been
very supportive.
Fabulous. Very supportive.
You know, Rose Ponte, who's economic development for Farmington, is just great. She came from Torrington, the Torrington area, and is just great. And you think about, it's a scary proposition to start a business.
Yes.
You know, you're putting a lot on the line as well, not only the money, but the time and reputation and hours and you're putting all this into it, and to know that the town is there and saying, hey, how can we help? And when you had opening day, I heard that, you know, half a town hall was there, if not all of them, to say, hey, look at this. We're going to embrace her, and we're going to, you know, be supportive of this endeavor.
Yeah, so that was a great day.
That's great.
Very supportive, and
a lot going on in Farmington.
Yes.
You know, Route 4 is heavily traveled. I can't remember what Rose told me for the numbers of cars that actually go by. Maybe you know when you did your marketing study, but there is, when they were doing the downtown, you know, by the country club, the renovation of getting to the highway, there are so many cars that pass through and a lot of commuter traffic. So Route 4 is a great place to be. And so we're delighted to have you. Now, why hot dogs? You always loved hot dogs. And so did you think that that would be, you know, the staple, and you were going to work around that and grow that a little bit? Or are you going to stay with what works best?
well, right now I want to keep it simple with hot dogs and my specialty dogs, the bratwurst and kielbasa. But I'm not sure what lies ahead. I occasionally run a pulled pork Sunday special. I also have a southern dog with pulled pork on top of the hot dog with barbecue sauce, a little coleslaw. So I'm going to be trying some different toppings and dogs, but right now I'm keeping it just dogs and coleslaw and baked beans for sides and potato chips.
Okay. And people can eat in their car, and now that it's getting a little chilly out, but for seasonal time, you came up with the soup idea that you mentioned before. Is that something that were you thinking originally, hey, you know, when it's fall, I'm going to just close and be closed for the winter and then open up again in the spring? Or was it always your brainchild to say, maybe I could do soup?
Yes, from the beginning, I wanted to be open year round. I only close the month of February. That's the only month I'm closed. And I thought soup is just a perfect item to sell in the winter. And maybe hot cider in the fall. I'll be serving. I'm now serving coffee.
Can I add macaroni and cheese to that?
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
There was a little sign by the shops in Canton, and it said something about mac and something. And I said to my husband, oh my gosh, they have a little place for mac and cheese, because in the wintertime for lunch, sometimes you just want soup.
No, that's
that's mac
comfort
and cheese.
food, yeah.
It wasn't mac and cheese. It was the Mac store. They had something in there. It wasn't mac and cheese at all. But when I saw your little soup sign, I said, hey, maybe just like a little cup of mac and cheese with those crunchy toppings on top.
That's something to think about.
You know, because the wintertime, you know, it's cold, you're sitting at work, you're like, where am I going to go? I don't want a sandwich, I don't want a salad. Soup. Oh, maybe I don't like that kind. Mac and cheese. So
It's a good idea.
I'll have to see when you put your little mac and cheese sign up, I'll be stopping. What goes into a successful business, Carol? Now you've been open since May 2017, am I right?
Well, the passion. I think you have to have a real passion for your business and what you're selling, and I do. And I put a lot of hours in. A lot of people say, oh, you're only open 4 hours a day. Well, that 4 hours turns into an 8 to 10 hour day. I'm open 4 hours for business, but it doesn't end at the end of the day for me. It's just determination, and something I've always wanted to do.
And value. The value, you want this customer friendly, you're going to give them the best possible product.
Absolutely.
So your ingredients, you're going to be shopping around for, the top ingredients that you can use, because you want to give to your customer the best that you can.
Absolutely. And I love my traditional dog, which is, excuse me, I love my traditional dog that's Martin Russell, which is local. My kielbasa and my bratwurst are made especially for Carol's Lunchbox locally. And my hot sausage is Muckies. So it's all local. I love the idea of local. And I just love my product.
Did you go out to vendors and say, okay, this is what I'm thinking to do? Let me try yours. Let me try yours. What am I not going to serve? What am I going to serve?
Well, I grew up on Martin Russell hot dogs, so I knew that if this dream was going to come true, I was going to be serving Martin Russell dog. And it's just a great product, and it's a great family. And that's the dog that I want to sell. And most people love it. It's a pork and beef hot dog with a natural casing that's steamed. It's good.
Now, Carol, what can we look forward to going forward with Carol's Lunchbox? Besides the macaroni and cheese.
Well, I may expand to sandwiches. I'm thinking about that in the spring and summer. Maybe some salads. I'm thinking about it. Right now, I'm only a year and a half into my business, so I want to kind of take it slow, baby steps. I don't want to overwhelm myself with a large menu and not be able to
Deliver.
deliver.
A good
Exactly.
And you know, sometimes we always look, and as I was halfway out of my mouth was that question, and I'm thinking, we're always as a society, as people, we're always saying, what's next, what's next, what's next? What about just being in the now? And being in the now is hot dogs, the best hot dogs with the best toppings, and that's great right there. You know, there doesn't always have to be, the seasonal soups is good, but you know, it's enough to do the very best at what you do and enjoy the customers, because sometimes if it gets too busy, then you're not enjoying it anymore.
Exactly. And it's a small building. So, well, actually, it's bigger than it looks from the outside, but you know, you only can put out so much food in a building that size. There's only so much space inside, so I'm limited to what I can serve.
So tell us where else we can see you, because we were sharing before we started the show that you're starting a new initiative with another restaurant in Bristol, not that, you know, she's going to be entertaining there.
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, I host karaoke shows, and I'm starting a new show tonight in Bristol at Main Street Pint and Plate. So I'm really excited about it. The show is from 7 to 10. And I'm starting tonight, so I'm excited.
That's exciting.
A new venue.
And Plainville is another?
Plainville at Central Cafe.
Okay.
I host a karaoke show there with Steve Z on Friday nights.
Okay. So you're a busy lady.
Yes, and I do a lot of private parties and retirement communities and convalescent homes, that kind of thing. So yes, I am very busy.
Because the karaoke crowds, if they know that there's a good entertainer who's running the karaoke show, you're going to get some serious singers, you know, and they know, okay, there's Carol, that's where we're going. Because you used to be at the Stonewall, which was a huge success.
Gosh, yeah, 25 years at the Stonewall.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, every Friday and Saturday night.
Oh, it was huge.
That was
huge success.
Yeah, that was a great venue and great times. I met so many people, so many wonderful singers that are still following my shows now and that are coming to Carol's Lunchbox for a hot dog.
Bobby G. Do you remember Bobby G?
Yes, Bobby, of course,
Yeah.
Bobby G.
He does a program here at Nutmeg TV, did a music show for a number of years, and was, you know, a great Gordon Lightfoot singer, you know.
Bobby
and,
G is a great singer.
Yeah, very, very good. So he's been a producer here for a number of years. What would you say to someone starting out, Carol, who's thinking about an idea? You said this has been a dream of yours for a long, long time, and timing is everything, you know.
Correct. Be prepared to work hard. You have to just, again, passion. Because if you have a passion for something, it doesn't seem so bad, you know, the hours. It's a lot of long hours. You never, you know, working for someone else, you leave work and you don't think about it until you're back in that building. With my business, I'm thinking about it 24/7. What I can do to make it better, or it's
And
just
everywhere
never
you go, people identify you with the business.
Yes.
So you want it to be outstanding. You don't want to have to say, oh, I put out a shoddy product and I have to meet people in the store. You want to be proud of, hey, this is who I am.
Yeah, you have to be on your toes at all times and be aware of what's happening and just be in tune with your business. And I'm working hard, and I'm trying to do all those things to really be a success. It's a work in progress. I know it takes time to build a business, and that's what I'm doing. And so far, it's been a lot of fun.
Well, you're already a success. Just the very fact that you want people to feel loved and appreciated and taken care of when they come to Carol's Lunchbox. And that's so important. And it's been great to hear about your business. And I hope that we can have you back again and you can tell us about what's new going on maybe in a year from now. And for all of us at Nutmeg TV, we thank you so much for being with us, Carol. And to all of our viewers, you'll have to check out Carol's Lunchbox on Route 4 in Farmington. For Nutmeg TV, I'm Joni Sutter. Until next time.